Kia ora, I'm Miriam Makamo. He's come close to killing people, ripped off hundreds of homes and businesses, and he's been locked up for it. But now Adrian Pritchard's a man with a mission, fronting up to those he's wronged. Now, these are people that Adrian has terrorised. Some had knives held to their throats, some were seriously injured or robbed. Paul Hobbs joined Adrian on the road as he set out to track down his victims and seek their forgiveness.
He's been bad.
He was a scum, really.
Really bad.
I could go out burgle a place in Auckland for one night and earn $5,000 in one night.
With a list of convictions as long as your arm, now Adrian Pritchard is going to be breathtakingly honest. He's going to front up to the victims of his many, many crimes and apologise. It'll test everything he has.
Once upon a time, you were their worst nightmare.
It'll test everything they have.
Are you a bit nervous about meeting him, though, still? Is it a bit nerve-wracking to meet him?
A little bit, yes.
He's a little bit like the popular TV character Earl Hickey, who's also on a journey to right his wrongs.
If I want a better life, I need to be a better person.
What's this?
I made a list of everything bad I've ever done. Karma stuff is going to kill me unless I make up for everything on that list.
I'm just trying to be a better person. My name is Adrian.
To know where Adrian's going, first you have to know where he's come from.
I was a heroin addict for 12 years, and it all started when I was a kid. I was always looking for role models in my life. I never had it at home. My parents were quite heavy drinkers, and I saw a lot of stuff as a kid what I shouldn't have seen.
What followed was a dramatic nosedive.
I got more of a buzz of sticking a needle in my vein and mainlining it and having heroin in one hand and have cocaine in another, you know, and just have a double shot, bang.
And just as quickly, he ended up in jail. So singling out a few of your victims for a return visit could be potentially explosive, don't you think?
If someone did a home invasion on my place, I wouldn't want them coming back every couple of months for a cup of coffee.
But Adrian Pritchard is going to chance it. With 2020's help, he's going to catch up with his past and put things right, or at least try to.
I can't wait to actually go and face my victims and say, hey man, shake hands with them if they do want to, and just say, I take responsibility for my own actions, what I did, and I want to put it right with you now.
First up on the Odyssey of Apology, a drive from his hometown of Hastings north to Gisborne.
Are you prepared for the fact they might say, bugger off, we don't want to know you?
Yes, I'm definitely prepared for that, and I'm praying for that not to happen, but I'm prepared for it too.
The first victim is security consultant and former DJ Jason. Adrian stole Jason's DJ equipment.
I threatened to kill him if he showed up in court.
I was a lot younger then, and sort of, you know, and it was pretty scary.
So what do you make of his desire to come and apologise to you now after all these years?
Bizarre. Just absolutely bizarre.
Down the walkway, it's now the one-time thug's turn to be scared.
How are you feeling about this?
Oh, pretty frightening. Yeah, it's a frightening experience. I haven't seen this guy for about 12 days. Yeah, so yeah.
Remember what he looks like?
Well, I have a clue. Hey, Jason. Hey, man. How are you? So, yeah, I just really want to apologise, eh? Like, I know it's been a long time, but really say sorry from the bottom of my heart for what I did to you, you know, threatening to kill you. And
From my point of view, it's, you know, you've got to be sincere, which sounds like you are. I don't care what's happened in the past.
thanks so much, eh, mate? Yeah, awesome, mate.
A decade of guilt and pain is healed.
If he can move on and make a difference, I mean, it's all good.
How did you find that, Adrian?
Oh, you know, to be honest, it's very difficult. It's awesome. He's actually accepted my apology, and yeah, awesome. I'm still quite emotional about the whole thing, I think.
Because it's a complete turnaround from the Adrian who last confronted Jason.
Sorry wasn't a part of my vocabulary. I had no morals, so I had no respect.
Until when he was in prison, a fellow inmate dropped by Adrian's cell for a chat.
And he said, oh, we got Bible study on a Thursday night. And I thought, what? Get out of my cell. Talk to me about Bible studies, mate. You don't even know who I am.
Still, his Thursdays weren't heavily booked, and there was an incentive.
I went there not to get this God jargon into my life, but just to eat their cake.
It's amazing what coffee and cake can do, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and the fact that my wife was there. They don't see that many women. I've got to be blunt about it.
Kevin and Chris Winters became the couple who would deliver Adrian from evil.
That day, I wasn't a big bang. I never saw big visions or anything like that, but I knew there was a change in my life.
Adrian tried God and found a new high.
The majority of people believe that criminals never change. You just happen to have one that has.
Okay, for some of you, you'll be thinking this is truly special. Others, yeah, right. A decade on, Adrian's still on the outside and he's clean.
And I can say this now, honestly, in national TV, I never smoked, I never drunk, and I never had done drugs for 10 years as I became a Christian.
But will the former junkie flip out at the first sign of his mission of goodwill, taking a downer? He's about to face a major test. Adrian's on his way to see Mary. She's Calvin's mum. Calvin's an old mate that Adrian nearly killed while the pair were driving stoned 14 years ago. Calvin lost an eye and suffered permanent head injuries. Mary nursed him throughout. To find Calvin, we first had to find Mary. The problem is, I phoned Mary and she didn't want to meet up with Adrian, so I thought I'd call on her in person. We left Adrian parked about 500 metres or so down the road. Well, Mary made it clear she didn't want to be interviewed by 2020 or have anything at all to do with Adrian or his tour of apology. She told me she can't stand the guy and told me to tell Adrian he can go to hell. Right, no chance of reconciliation there. Time to regroup.
She just didn't want to have a bar of you. Not at all. Didn't even want to say anything to you.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty terrifying because obviously she's still carrying a lot of bitterness and a lot of hurt. But I respect her. I respect where she comes from.
Did you realise how much hurt perhaps you'd caused her?
You know, I did just about kill her son.
The warm fuzzies have suddenly gone cold.
It's like, yeah, what's the next step?
You're going to keep on though?
Oh, definitely. I can't force myself upon someone. If they don't want it, then I just have to move on.
At least we got Calvin's cell phone number. Now it's off to Wellington and a meeting with Calvin. Will he be as unforgiving as his mum?
Hey, bro. You flipping here, brother. Too much, Kelv. How are you, bro?
Sweet,
I haven't seen you for fucking ages, bro. Yeah. Don't worry about all these guys, mate. We did a lot together, bro, and, and with all that car accident and everything, eh, bro, I don't know your effects you had, but you went through a bit of crap, eh? And I just wanted to just say sorry to you, eh, bro? And just maybe forgive me, bro, and,
Yeah, nice.
He said he's kind of sorry for the accident. What do you think of that now?
That but they sort of knocked me for a bit of 6s and 7s. So.
Do you ever sort of harbour a grudge against him for that accident?
Nah, I know.
Well, that went better than expected, but Adrian wants more.
I would really like to help him if he was willing to help himself.
Because Adrian's got rid of the rubbish in his life, I watched him here at work, and he loves it.
When you approach Adrian now, he's not an issue. Nothing's a problem to him now.
Brent Murphy would know. He's seen the old and the new Adrian. Brent was a prison officer and remembers Adrian's dark days inside.
He was an angry person. He was always in trouble. He had a real bad attitude. He was just a scum, really.
Okay, Captain.
Now Brent's Adrian's supervisor at the meatworks in Hastings and is thrilled with his transformation.
He's a good bugger, actually. As long as he carries on working for us the way he is, he'll stay employed here.
Crocodile didn't even kill him, eh?
And this may be the biggest motivator of them all.
So you girls had a good time, eh? Did you stop for a little while and let her get up?
3 daughters of his own. Here, he's determined to get it right.
I want to spend all the time I can with my kids while they're little.
He's great. I watch him with his 3 little girls, and he's just fabulous with them. Just really neat.
It's that commitment that brings Adrian to Auckland to confront the last victim on his list.
I still remember that day. That was on Friday.
I was on Valium, liquid Valium, and morphine. I was out of it. I was like a blur. I wanted a gun, but I never had a gun, so I grabbed a big butcher's knife.
It would be Adrian's most violent crime, trying to rob superette owner Praveen Govind at knife point.
I was frightening, you know, because that thing never been happened before.
12 years have passed since that day.
9:20, thanks. I'll see you next time anyway.
2020 approached Praveen to ask him whether he would face his assailant again.
I like to forgive people, because forgiving other people, that's a big thing.
Praveen was reassured, for the most part. Are you a bit nervous about meeting him though, still? Is it a bit nerve-wracking to meet him?
A little bit, yes.
I'm pretty cut up now as a Christian, actually looking at what I did to another human being. Hey, Praveen. Adrian. Hey. Man, it's been a long time, eh? I wanted to really apologise to you and your family because it wouldn't have been very easy for you to deal with that situation at the time. And I've got I can't make excuses.
So I'm quite happy now with what you've been changed now.
Yeah.
You change your life, so I'm quite happy with that. And keep it up, good work.
Yeah, thank you, Praveen.
And I accept your apology.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you too, mate.
Adrian's reached the end of his list. His quest to say sorry is over. His victims are now more than simply names on paper, but the people they always were.
Very proud of it, actually. And hopefully the people I was seeing feel a lot better too. And that's what I went out for.
Sorry's a word many of us choke on, but Adrian's still hungry for more.
I'm just trying to be a better person. My name is Adrian.
Well, obviously, Adrian has other victims we couldn't reach. So if you're one of them and would like to have your say, or you'd simply like to contact him, you can through the 2020 website. We'll give you those details later.